What's that, you ask? Is that the Sideshow Collectibles Iron Spider maquette? No! The Hot Toys PS4 Iron Spider is in the Prime Pyre. Hello everyone, Dan14th Prime here. Do a video shout today of the new arrival into the Prime Pyre here. This is the Hot Toys Spider-Man. This is the PS4 video game suit, the Iron Spider from their video game masterpiece series. So happy they're using these video game licenses. We get cool different characters like this that come very close to comic book accuracy. We'll talk a bit more about that. This is a beautiful box. The Spider PS4 logo there. Iron Spider kind of wrapping around here. Some cool panels and things like that from the game. Just the stuff on back, of course. And then this guy's got like this flap here. Open that bad boy up. The figure would be on display there, but he's out of the box. And some of the cast and crew credits over there on the inside panel. Nice sturdy panels, so nice packaging. Let's check this figure out. So here we have the Iron Spider out of the box. Again, video game licensed, but still comic book inspired. Everything there you see in front of you is what you get out of the box. Many hands, many familiar Spider-Man hands we've seen with other figures. Of course, what I have on the figure there, the big 3, that's right, 3 Waldos, not 4 like we see in the MCU or even the video game. So that's the comic book inspiration and twist that Hot Toys took, and I'm so glad they did. And of course, he also gets a pretty standard pack out of webs, web shootings, things like that we've seen many times, in an interesting dynamic stand, which we'll take a closer look at. I will say the figure is just flat out beautiful. Let's jump in and take a closer look at this figure, but before we do, if you enjoy the video, any like or comment you can leave down below. Helps the video and channel out very much. Thank you for that. And if you're not yet subscribed, please consider doing so. Always got some cool stuff coming to the Prime Pyre and happy to share it out here on the channel for the community. And finally, if you're looking to pick up any collectibles or frankly any shopping at all, links down in the description below. Sideshow, Amazon, eBay, any shopping you do through those links supports the channel as well at no cost to you. So thank you very much for that. Okay, so let's just get this out of the way straight away here. MCU Iron Spider there on the right. Just pulled him off the shelf. Very obvious differences. But the main thing I want to point out here is just the size of the Waldos. Again, MCU, 4 Waldos, and much smaller here. How brought to life by Hot Toys. Whereas the video game, you get the 3 classic comic book inspired, and those things are monsters. Like twice as big as the MCU Iron Spider. All right, let's start off here just by focusing down on the figure itself. The Iron Spider, kind of back heavy with these Waldos on, but you can use one of the rear Waldos and just sort of plant it down on the ground straight behind him, as you've seen I've been doing to give him actually balance without a stand. I mean, the suit is video game accurate, really. I mean, there's a lot of comic book inspiration to that, but if you sort of compared the two side by side, there's some differences, so they stuck to pretty much the video game in terms of the core of the suit and the body and stuff like that, which is fine because it was always pretty close to comic book, just maybe a bit modernized, but just big, beautiful gold spider emblem. Really cool. He's got these armor pieces here. It's all plastic armor pieces, kind of like glued, I guess, on top of an undersuit, which reminds me a bit of, I'd say, maybe the MCU suit, but maybe even more like the 2099 sort of textured kind of suit, very fine beading across it, where all the plastic just sticks over. And probably going to be a bit wrinkle prone. I mean, just with that pose, I had him at the top of the video. I mean, you can kind of see it's bounced back pretty well, but you know, as you articulate that thing, you can expect wear on the suit for sure. The shoulder here, this is kind of cool. I mean, this is sort of glued on the shoulder. There's like a joint there on the top of the shoulder. So you can pose the armor a little bit and help with your articulation. So that's pretty cool. Again, the red is just a beautiful sort of, you know, fire red, cherry, deep, beautiful. The Waldo's coming at you. Of course, these all just come out. They're all separate out of the box, right? They plug in here. Let me just show you while I'm here. Just unplug. You know, unplug. And of course, unplug. And what I was about to show you there. So this is an accessory piece you put on when you want to put the Waldos on. And then he's got his normal back piece as well here. like this, which you saw on the turntable. So that's just more or less a cover for all of those holes, which goes like that when he's not in full-on Iron Spider with the Waldo's kind of look. That's nice and clean. Can dig that. I think the build of the figure underneath, you know, it's what we've seen from kind of like all the Spider-Man video game guys in terms of like, you know, just slender, athletic looking type of figure and build. Let's not forget to jump in here on the head sculpt. I mean, it's simple, right? You can't really mess it up. There's cool kind of just lining through there, just giving it the whole Iron Man effect, but just those cool big gold eyes. And that's what does it. A lot of shine on that head too. And then jumping downstairs, same thing like the suit. You can see it comes through, and hopefully you can see some of this, what I'm talking about, with this fine beading texture that's across the suit. You can see that come all the way down into the legs, and then these armors are over the top of that. And again, you have more of the armor effect with all of this lining, you know, that you've seen through the arms. You saw the mask and everything. Check that out. They cut away here, so this is all just regular suit up into the butt, but this is all plastic armor all the way down into the leg, plastic knee. So that's cool. So you can actually articulate there and not have to worry about it. But again, if you want to get the leg up, though, you come up into the suit. But all looks pretty cool. And the bottom, yep. Right there, you get the propulsion effect underneath. So that is a sweet detail, bottom of the foot. In terms of the extras here, let's start off with the stand. Iron Spider armor you see right there. Probably pretty typical, you know, PS4 video game. Flight pool, and he's got like the crotch cradle right there. So not the first time we've seen it, but we don't see them that often. I'm actually trying to struggle to recall the last time we would have saw a crotch cradle, but certainly seen it a few times over the years. In terms of hands here, he gets 5 sets, so 10 total hands. We've seen them all before. He gets a pair of these, kind of like wall-crawling, soft touch-looking hands. A pair of these with the web shooter effect hands, and these look good. I mean, check them out. They're all kind of armored, so you can see all the armoring through the fingers, gold accents across kind of the knuckles. So nicely done. Pair of these web slingers, where it's got the hole down in it. It's like a fist, but the hole is in there. You can stuff down the webs. Pair of fists. One is on the figure, and then this sort of open hand. You can check out the repulsor on the inside, and again, the other one of those is on the figure as well. Next up, let's not forget web effects. Leaving them in the foam. It's maybe our best bet to see them on this background, but you get like the web splat to put out the end of a line. So we've seen that many times before. In here, we see many different just webs. Here, this is a straight web with a little L shape to it. Various straight line webs here. A couple of those. And then a couple like this with like the, call it whatever, web grenade type thing, if you will. Just the wad of webbing at the end. And then in the other one here, you have the kind of like the big web swinging one with all the tangling of web down here, you know, so you can hold that one. Then finally here, the 3 Waldos, just got one showing you up close. Again, remember with the back armor piece that I already showed you, it plugs into the back of the figure, just right here, and you get nice clickety articulation there, in there. So it's really cool. Of course, still twist in the back just on that peg. These things are hefty duty and absolutely massive, as you saw on the figure and as you saw compared to the MCU. Worth spending a second on closer, right? Just check out the fine details all through here. The gold is a beautiful gold paint. And these things are chunky, but have a lot of nice detail through them. Just love the shape of them. Very Spider. Way better than MCU Spidey. And that is wicked. Awesome, man. These things are just awesome. Worth the price of admission themselves. Really phenomenal. So just discover this here. If you want to make your MCU Spidey awesome, they work in the back. They will fit. The figure looks much better, I would say, with these 3 big arms. Nice upgrade right there. Too bad I'm sure getting a separate set of these Waldos off eBay from a broken down figure would probably not be cheap. But if you want to try, the link's down in the description below. So in terms of articulation on the figure, I think it's pretty good overall. As always with Hot Toys and Spidey, you know, it's not perfect. You're left wanting a little bit. The head is actually, it's on a ball joint, and mine is a stiff one, so it's not like the magnet situation that we sometimes have seen with like MCU Spidey. So I think this is all consistent with what we've seen with the PS4 Spidey, so nothing different there. But mine is like super stiff, right? But looks down good. Looks up like that. And yeah, it's a ball joint, so you can cock the head and do other cool stuff. Showed you these, right? Articulate up, so if you want to get the arm up, nice ratchet in there will help you hold that. That's pretty good. Kind of looks weird, like floating. There you go. I have to push that up a little bit. That's better. So you can do that. Of course, like I said, you know, at your own risk with the suit. Because you can just see all the creasing happening there. It wants to pull it down when you pull the arms front and back. The suit wants to kind of pull it down. Suit's got some underlying detail in there as well. It kind of complements off of the hard plastic armor. That's cool. Got a swivel up there. Kind of got like a regular elbow. Could do with some more ratchets. I liked what they did with the shoulder, but only going to get 90 degrees there at the elbow. Could use some more ratchets. Typical stuff at the hand, but you've got this overlapping gauntlet, which is kind of going to be in the way. There's the repulsor in the hand. Well, we saw that when we saw the hands, but haven't shown it off too much. It looks really cool. Let's not forget torso, of course. All this is like glued on, right? So kind of like good luck, right? You get a little bit. I don't know what that is. 15 degrees maybe, something like that. It's not a lot. Crunch. There's some separation through there, but it's just really, you're not going to get much. So don't count on much through there. And probably at best you get just a little bit of side-to-side rock as well. So very limited through the torso. And then downstairs here, it's the same thing with like these material. It's similar to the shoulders. You get a nice ratchet there, if you can hear that. So when you start to lift up, you'll get a nice ratchet. You see all the material bunch up. You can get the leg up though, right? You saw the beginning of the video where I had the leg more or less straight up. Just need to manage that a little bit, but there it goes. So you can get it about like that. The knee, like I said, it's the plastic knee, so it's better. You can see some material comes out up top to keep the knee sort of together, looking all right. You'll get it bent like that, which is pretty good. Of course, you've got up here some swivel at the hip. That knee, it's a nice ratchet as well, by the way. And then at the foot here, pretty you get a toe point, which we've seen with a lot of Spidey stuff. And it looks like it's on a, there is some ratcheting. The ankle, it'll twist there. Actually kind of spring loaded on the shins. Will move around and help accommodate some of that. Looks like it's mainly just the front and back. There's little spring loaded panels. Pretty cool. There you go. See how that can be used. And the foot and the toe, I believe I showed you. So it's a pretty good articulation set, but as always, some of these things will be at your own risk with the underlying outfit. So we continue to get some beautiful Spider-Man figures from the PS4 line. I'm happy with the couple I've picked up, and I still got my eye on maybe another one or two yet to come. So I think a beautiful figure here with the Iron Spider. Really happy with this one. I feel like it's better value too. It was like $250, I think. $20.99 was like $265. So happy with this figure overall. Again, just beautiful, visually striking. He'll need to go on display probably a little bit kind of bland, but the arms still add a lot of flair. I probably just won't be posing them up too crazy because of the suit, similar to kind of the situation with all Spider-Man figures. If you hung around this far, please drop a like or a comment on your way out. Helps the video and channel out very much. I appreciate that. Again, links down in the description below. Sideshow, Amazon, eBay. Any shopping of those links supports the channel at no cost to you, so thank you very much for that. Thanks for stopping by, checking out the video. I will see you next time.